Hataya over on the team 2 array to go, switching over to the Beastmaster Hunter with chill pills out in the open, dropping down Death and Decay. He's kind of close to Hataya. And there's actually backpedaling towards the pillar. Hataya's out in the middle in a pretty good spot. Is it Monfil next? I love this mount. That thing is so good. Weren't you the same guild as me when you got that mount, by the way? Hold on a second. Hold on. Monfil, it's ringing a bell right now. Hold on a second. Blind by Chill does go for a trinket. Gonna be a full stun up for Chill Pills. Trying to see if he can maybe collapse the damage onto Hatai. Does go for the big blitz back to back. Hatai is gonna need to get an answer right now. Second stun to follow the army of the pets. The zoo is out and about. Stun and Chill does have an IBF for this one. Hatai, oh no! I was gonna say maybe they were trying to save for like a big old obliterate or a big old turtle to stop at a blid. I thought Chill was on a cooldowns at that point. I thought it was just going to be a little bit tough. Big mastery buffs for Rathix immediately, trying to see if he can go for a little bit of that disintegrate. Did that disintegrate max range, or was it someone else that just stopped it for a bit? Try to go for a bit of fire damage. I don't know if it did hit Chill Pills or not. He does go for AMS. I think maybe that still connected as it goes for a chain of eyes. Got himself that range. Does go for the interrupt really quick with Chill Pills. No longer has an interrupt. So for Rathix, he's in a good spot. Does go for the full stun onto the evoker. Goes in for a trinket. Walls available. Stun to follow him. At least cannot be interrupted with cast, but should be able to get himself quite a bit of that frosty chill damage around the corner. Chill Pills waiting out until he has full set of cooldowns available. Does go for another kick on the blue. If you can kick the blue, you'll be just fine. Does get hit by the red though. Now it's going to be that nullifying shroud. Going to be a little bit harder for Chill Pills to set up a proper stun onto Rathix, especially with those disintegrates around the corner. Unless you can find a way to stop him, you might just have to tank up and go in for the most amount of damage. I think you might just have to go in all out right now. He's just trying to see if he can catch up a little bit of healing. I think might end up having to play slowly up until you can wait out all of that shroud. That or try to start CCing that whenever you can, but it's so shatter. It's just gonna do so much. Rathix, even if he's in a good spot. Silence? You can get silence while shroud is up? I thought it's just all CC. Doesn't silence count as a CC. Chill Pills does it up, avoiding the deep breath. Shroud is down. Stun up on Rathix. Chill Pills trying to see if he can get his one final big go with Obliterate. Second stun into Rathix. Looking to see if he can take it down. AMS just to give him a little bit of cover. Cannot be knocked up because he's got himself the Wraith Walk. Not Wraith Walk. That's advance. Does end up slaying the dragon. That was a close match, actually. That was actually kind of close with Merlin, Kaz, or Monfil out next. I think it looks like it might be Merlin though. Wait, no. He's trying to see if he can back away. It looked like he was about to get killed by... Is it trying to let you get healed? It looked like Chicago was trying to give you a heal or two. Merlin does go in with a full crusade. Chill Pills with an AMS. I think IBF, I mean, should have himself an AMS. Does have the dome still available for later. And hey, right now, Paradise. Yeah, we're hosting these right now on an ace. If you want to join us, more than welcome to, man. I want to play. We can get you in, dude. We can get you a spot if somebody bows out for the night. I'm not saying anybody. If y'all, I'm just watching. Sorry, I was trying to keep two conversations going at once, and then I started watching Merlin just blinking all over the screen like he's like he's an arcane mage. This man channel is in receive arc. Trying to see if he can fight through this. It's gonna be, might have to go for another immunity here. Does go for the stun on Chill Pills. Both of them are incredibly low. Merlin didn't know help whatsoever. Lay on hands just to give himself that one last oomph of healing. Chill Pills does go for a bit of recovery with an obliterate at the very end. Does go for the fattiest crit. Kazdren charging in next. Got himself full Dark Ascension off of that fear. Trying to see if he can get himself maybe a big Wood Eruption. Chills walking in with an AMS just to cover himself. As long as he's got that AMS, none of the CC can reach him. The damage is still going to puncture eventually through the big anti-magic shell, but it is going to be a little tougher. Does go for the stun to reverse it back into Kazdan. That Remorseless Winter setup was pretty good. I don't think he was trying to set up like a stun for stun situation. I think he was just trying to find a way just to stun lock him and have him in the bad spot. Wait, did the snowball get eaten by the Scythian? I think the Scythian ate your snowball, by the way. That is unfortunate. Literally a whole tier set out of the window. Blind on the pet as well as Cass. He does go in for the trinket, trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a setup here. But he's really looking for a defensive, I think, right now. Next stun could be deadly. Trying to get some dots onto Chills. Might be looking at a disperse right now. Not looking that good health-wise. And Chills got himself full obliteration back to back with big hits, cracking through the spine of Kazdan. The man might be in a ton of trouble. Got himself last minute what is it? Power life heals? But power life could only do so much. Dampening still super low. So for Chill Pills, he's actually in a situation where he can sort of still kind of heal. It's a tough one. If the game goes into high dampening, he won't be able to heal at all. So far, this has been the most amount of healing this man has been able to experience thus far. Starting off with 10% dampened healing, because Frost DKs don't have that great survivability. Got himself full dome versus Monfall. IBF to follow. AMS at the ready. Obliterates back-to-back onto Monfall, trying to see if he can catch up a couple of heals. Monfall hit with a silence for a second. Some of his attacks are going to be silenced out, but all the combat abilities, all of the dashes and swipes and blade rushes are still fine. Quick blind onto Monfall. Chillpill's trying to reestablish some kind of control. I don't know if AMS or Deathpact are going to be available here. Kind of low on health. Might be looking at someone here. Ledgeborn to give himself a little bit of DR, looking for a bit of a heal. Stun onto the hunt, did not complete the hunt though. He can still recast it, but it's stunned back up right after. Darkness down. It's like your only defensive with an immunity right after. Monfall needs to find a way to catch up a little bit of healing. Chillpills just gives himself a big death pack, gripping Monfall out. I don't even know what killed you. Was it a snowball? I don't even know what killed you. It looked like it charged out towards the pet and then it's just like it ended. Got ourselves Lore over for the team too. Ready to go first up on the team with Jayhawk. We got ourselves Grip on that team as well. I do like the way that spider looks. Is that the PvP one? Or is that the couple million bucks one, Buckaroonie one? Blind in middle on the chill Bliv as he's trying to see if he can charge over to. He's blinking all over the place. Does go for the legs the way that it's hard to track where he goes, but it's easy to see where Lore is gonna be. Just trying to walk through the ring of peace like it's nothing. Immediate defenses for Lore though, as the man got IBF together with the Deathpack, trying to have himself a go versus Chill. He still has himself, or Bliv rather, has himself a trinket in case he needs to. Immediate disarm into Lore as he finally ramped up with his burst. There's just not much a Death Knight can do against a Monkus, man. Got blasted in the opener. Finally got himself a go just to have his weapon yoinked away. There's just not much that could be done. On that team one, we also got ourselves Sham back in here as well as BD. We got ourselves Susana over in the Destruction this time and Wish over as a Monkus as well. I love your mount, by the way. I think it looks so good. A little Murloc with a Bliscott thing at the very end. Not much of a Death Knight can do double regardless of a class. Honestly, Lore, it's not easy as a Death Knight. Like, just ask Chill. Chill would rather play Frost DK at any moment he can, but it's rough, man. It's just been like that for like a good bit. Unless they do a whole revamp of Frost, like it's like even Unholy got a bit of a revamp too. Karma onto Jay, does go in for the block here while we're talking about, oh, he just cheesed it. Oh no, Jay! Jay just cheesed that Karma. He just bumped the touch of the magic, built up the damage into the Karma, quick block at the end, and a barrage right after as the Monk is trying to back up out of there. I didn't expect that out of you. That is a cheeky little move. That is cheeky. The definition of the word cheeky, completely. Got himself a little bit of a trinket as Susana dropping down a big old meteor down onto Jay. Got himself touching the magic back up. Susana with more chaos balls. Jay just looking to see if he can maybe get as much damage as he can while maintaining himself as best as possible. Then it's an observer up above doing percentage health and damage, so you better be careful. Either line aside the thing as you attack Susana, or one of the eliminated thing as soon as possible just goes extinguished. It's going to be a full-on burst out for Susana. That is a lot of damage out of this Warlock that Jay does not have an ice block for. That cheeky little block paid for it in return. Susana is going to have to fight versus Griff though, as he got himself the Arcane Barrier. Not really Griff's fault here. It's just when Arcane Mages press their Mass Barrier, it gives a shield for everybody for like 2 minutes. Just a tiny, it's just not a tiny, it's a decent absorb shield. Like, it's not really, yeah, not really Griff's fault there. And Susana does go down to a rogue just who has himself a full go. Yeah, this is sub rogue. They've nerfed him a couple of times and they still can just like one to zero somebody if you don't press a defensive. Susana, I think, could have pressed the Dark Pact. I don't know if they had a Dark Pact coming up, or if they had it available throughout that stun, or if they just had it coming back up, or maybe felt like, you know what, it's an opener for the rogue. I think I'll be okay. I'll save a cooldown for later. I'll save a trinket for later. Yeah, you just cannot save anything against the rogues, man. And when you don't save it, they'll exploit it. It's just a catch-22. You either trinket now and die later, or you don't trinket and you you die. It doesn't matter very much. You know what I mean? Trinket out of Griff off that stun as he continues on that go with a secret technique right after him. As BF got himself a lot of wings, actually. They just got wings upon wings upon wings. I saw those little, what are the Cataclysm wings, I think are called? I think, or at least they were, I think, added back in Kata. That's a little... Or... It's either that, or it's either the trinket from BFA last raid. Stun onto BFD, does go in for the trinket with the stun reversal back at the Griff. Hunter follow, looking for that full-on recovery. Griff for the Cloak of Shadows as he goes in for full meta. If only he Blade Dance. I feel like he would have killed Griff either way though. But Griff does escape out of there without any dots, and BFD gets hit with a gouge. Next stun could be really deadly for him. He needs to be very careful. Either needs to have a vengeful retreat or an immunity, and I don't think he's got either one of those. BFD still taking huge hits, living that secret technique barely though. Does go down to an eviscerate either way. Griff just needed to chain a couple of the stuns back to back. Not much you could have done in that situation. Again, all you can do is either preempt it or just predict that you're going to be stunned. If you can immune it or vengeful, that's about all you can do. Otherwise, the ball is in Rogue's court. Into a full root onto Griff, does not have a cloak, does not have a trinket, has himself advantage in case he wants to escape. Triple wolves are on him. Sham with a trinket, trying to see if he can trap Griff in place with the totem. Does get to evade the totem with a quick vanish. I think there's still a dot on Griff, and maybe that root totem could recap him. No, doesn't get to him. Sham just trying to see if he can find himself an angle versus Griff, but a quick sap out of the rogue. I don't know what you can really do in this situation, but at this point, Shadow Blades, gouge, Kindle shot, maybe you can knock the rogue back as he goes for secret technique and time it right. No, got himself a wolf at the very least. Maybe Maelstrom trying to go for a stun. No, Shadow Strike at the very end. They're taking him out. Whoosh is the last one left. I don't know if Whoosh, I mean, maybe he can do it, but it's a rough matchup, man. It is definitely a very, very rough matchup. Wait, is it Alex charging out? Is Alex just trying to say hello? Yeah. Is he here? Wish? Are we good? He's trying to give himself a bit of a heal. Griff, give him a little love tap. A little love stab. For Wish though, I think it might be... It's a rough one, man. It's a tough one. The rogue still has himself cheat dead. He's still got a trinket. Trinket out of Wish, I think if you're going to trinket, you got to get super aggressive. You got to find a way to punish the rogue. And that's a gouge to follow as he goes in for a bit of a go. Zoen is up. He's ready to have himself another setup. Board immediately for Wish with Electric under Griff. Full Serenity immediately trinkets and vanishes before he takes any damage. Wish trying to be extra proactive. Picking up the eye. I think the best Wish can do right now is if he can maybe Shadow Mill the Kindle shot. Or Karma a lot of Griff's go. Now that he doesn't have a cloak, that's the only other way I think he can maybe win. That's a full Shadowy Duel. It's over. It's over. Yeah, there's just nothing you can do. That is a rough one. This is actually nothing. This is actually nothing. And that's the nerf version of rogues. Like, they keep nerfing them every few weeks. They just keep nerfing them a little bit more and a little bit more. And they can still just one bang you in the opener. If you don't have a trinket, that's over.